Yo, what is going on, y'all? It's your boy Cavell Anderson, and we're back with another Veve and Ecomi video. In this one, we're going to be talking about something interesting. Now, I always talk about Veve's incompetence, Ecomi's incompetence. That's the thing that I've been speaking about for a while now, and it's always something. It's always something, and I don't know if Veve is just out of touch, and that's what I believe that it is. Like, you're seeing over-the-counter deals that's concerning whales. So Veve is associating behind the scenes with whales. Then you have this situation right now where they're transferring on behalf of whales. So it would seem like everybody that they're close to, everybody that they're around is at a certain caliber financially. So that would kind of explain why there's detachment when it comes down to what the regular people actually want and what the regular people are responding to and how the regular person feels. And I think that this is the whole point of crypto in the first place. It's like a big F you to the man. We have control. We want back control. We want the freedom to do with our assets as we please and things like that. And I feel like Veve was marketed as a Web3 thing. It was marketed respecting all of these rules. It was marketed as something that it hasn't really shown itself to be. And it's been too long for it not to show itself to be these things. They also said that we would have interoperability, and it's not here. I'm not a Web3 purist. I don't really care about interoperability. I do think outside of the box in a way where I can see, excuse me, yo. I can see it working even without interoperability, at least the interoperability everyone else expects. If there was interoperability, a standard where if you're a part of a network, a specific group of brands and things like that, you all have interoperability amongst each other, and Veve approved interoperability and stuff like that, that would be one thing. We're utilizing the tech. We know that they're real NFTs. We know that they're on the blockchain. They can go from this project to the next. Fine. There's just a few constraints on them. But the more stuff like this happens where you have a company who has control over your assets, and then they pick and choose who they want to use certain things for, I can see why people just want no company to have control. Because this is a problem. And on one hand, you have people saying, oh, I understand. I actually agree that maybe it's a good idea to have giveaways and for them to move assets around and stuff like that for giveaways. And while that may be good for giveaways, why does it just appears like the rules change if your net worth is a certain amount? So let's look at this. Let's see what exactly is going on right now and what people are talking about right now. So obviously, you see, he says transfers are only for the elite. And Rich said, imagine Veve can just take things out of your account and move it around any way they want, but you can't move nothing out your account. Imagine that you have to be on a Sanji level that's close with the team to have them transfer things in and out of your account for you. And this is true. Regular people can't just do this. You have to be their friends or you have to be rich. And most of the people who are their friends just so happen to be rich. So are they really friends, or do Veve just want to keep the whales happy? The fact that this conversation and debate can even happen in the first place is a problem. The fact that this conversation can literally take place is an issue. And Veve consistently putting themselves in stupid positions that they don't have to be in is worrisome. This is not a position that you need to be in. It's really not. Certain things could be solved by communication. Certain things could be solved by talking to the people who matter, which is the regular people, not just the rich people. But they move so weird. It's very weird. But let's hear this out.
I'm not sure if I'm out of the elevator yet, but
you are, brother, you are. Well, before you go, before you say anything, so the gift I have for you is a Marvel Comics one, ultra rare from my collection, and Vivi has very kindly agreed to pull that from my wallet and put it in your wallet. So, thank you very much, man. It's just an honor for me that you.
Now I want to make it clear. Shout out to Sanji. I appreciate what Sanji is doing. Sanji is simply trying to keep a positive vibe. He's trying to, give back and things like this. He's trying to bring some positivity, and that's perfectly fine. Nothing wrong with what Sanji is trying to do. The issue comes in with Veve. The issue is always Veve. If you're going to allow transferring under certain conditions, it should be a condition that anyone can actually meet. You shouldn't need to be some special super rich guy in order to get transfers active. If you're going to transfer and stuff like that for people, it should be something that everyone has access to, because that's the whole point of Web3 in the first place. You promised interoperability. You promised that it was coming soon. Your promises in your life, like, this is the problem. They promise things that they never deliver, and then they don't actually mention when these things are going to be delivered. So regardless of their intentions, what they're really doing, it always just looks bad. And that's where we're at. We have another situation that just looks worse than it probably is. Now, is it a big deal for me? No, I don't necessarily care. But what I care about is Veve always doing stupid things that could look bad. Like, why are you, it's like, do you all think your decisions through, or do you just not care? Do you have the IP so you feel like you have the power and you can do what you want? Because at a certain point, this just looks like an abuse of power, which goes back to why Web3 exists. Like, this is why people want ownership and control over their own assets and stuff in the first place. We can argue and debate all day long if people will ever truly have control and truly have certain freedoms. Like, we could do that. But there's no argument that Veve is not really respecting what Web3 is supposed to even be about and the blockchain is supposed to be about. They're not. They're not respecting that at all. And then they're making a bunch of promises. Veve was built off them promising a bunch of things, catering to these people. Literally, the Omi token funded this project, and they promised so much for the Omi token, and they've delivered nothing where the Omi token is concerned. So if you want to talk about groups of people within the Veve community and the Ecomi community that's been scammed, this was all funded using the Omi token, and Omi holders have received nothing. There's like the Omi token is still just as useless as it's always been. So for that to still be the case, Veve does things to make itself look like a scam. Veve does things to make itself look shady.
Would hold an MC1 from my collection that I've held for a long time in your collection.
Thank you, Sanjay, man. Thank you so much. I'll definitely diamond hand it in my collection. I really appreciate it. I'm not sure if I'm out of the elevator yet, but
so yeah, this whole little controversy is about Veve allowing Sanji to send somebody a comic book, or them doing the transfer on his behalf for him. Now, I don't know the full context to this. I don't know why he was allowed to do this. I don't know what's really going on here at all. But obviously, you see how it's being interpreted by other people, and that's what's really important. Why these situations happen in the first place. If you're not going to allow things to be transferred, don't go digging around people's accounts, because that's part of the problem that people have, which led to Web3 in the first place. People don't want other people with the freedom to do that. They want to be able to do with their assets what they want to do. And then you're essentially just rubbing it in people's face that you can do whatever you want, whenever you want. And these assets that they're supposed to own, they really don't have the power to do anything with it. And then people have to trust your leadership. We have to believe that you all know what you're doing, and you all are not trying to screw anybody. It's just a lot of blind trust and a lot of blind faith when you all haven't actually been delivering things and living up to your word that you promised, which led to so many holders in the first place. It's just a weird position to constantly put the community in. And I know that there's going to be the moon boys and the fanboys who, oh, they can do what they want. This is good for the community. The problem is they always are doing something where there can be another side to it. There's always an opposing side to the decisions they make and the things that they do. When they were delivering a few things that they were delivering, like when nobody believed that these IPs would come and the IPs came, it was only one side you could be on or you were a hater. It was like when they were dropping the IPs, oh, they got Marvel. There was no other side to having Marvel. You have people who say, oh, other blockchains are going to have IP or other platforms are going to have IP one day. Then at that point, they were just haters. They were spreading hate, talking about what's coming in the future just to try to belittle what Veve is doing. That's hate. The only real side there is Veve said they would do something and they did it. They hinted at doing something and they did it. They delivered. There was only one side to be on. In situations like this, people want transfers. You know people want certain things, and then you dangle it in front of their face for whatever the reason. You're showing that you control people's assets. You're sending a message that we control your assets. We can do what we want. And if we feel like doing something with a powerful enough person asking us to do something, we'll use our power. That, in my opinion, is an issue. But let me know how you all feel in the comment section down below. Do you all think that this is an issue? Do you think that's a big deal? I think that it does not send the right message. I don't think it sends the right message at all. But then again, it comes down to what you think and how you feel. At the end of the day, is it that big a deal? Is it the end of the world? No, I don't think this is the end of the world. I don't think it's that massive of a deal. But I do think that a lot of the people who would be seen as fudders, I think this proves a lot of their point right here. And this is why so many people are concerned. But that's pretty much it, y'all. Let me know what you all think in the comment section down below. Be sure to drop that thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on notifications, and I will catch you all on the next one. Peace out, fam.